Hi, in this presentation let us see how gravity works on a planet and why elliptical orbit and perihelion. We have known gravity as attractive force and also known resistance to displacement. When we lift an object we feel its weight and when we move it also. How about when we drop it? Simply gravity carries the object down? Yes, but exactly not. Gravity resists displacement in all degrees of freedom, so objects free fall at same rate. Yes, I am saying when an object thrown faster towards the earth, it will slow down as it moves. It may sound I am joking, unfortunately we did not realize it or may be tough to measure in normal. For evidence, it happens naturally. When a meteoroid approaching Earth, it catches fire and is being eroded. Same time, I am not denying atmospheric pressure supports the cause. What happens to a comet when approaching the sun? I was told comets are carrying dust cloud behind them. Later, comets are explained as dirty snowballs, and when it approaches the sun, it is being burned and dusty tail forms. It is not the question what comets are made of. Any asteroid that is approaching the sun at high speed can imitate a comet or can be a comet. The reason is simple. Comets are being eroded by the sun's gravitational field. Same resistance supports a rocket to take off in the Earth's atmosphere and advance in the space. Before explaining remaining things, I would like to request you few things. Please put away your existing scientific questions until I finish this presentation and keep the following things in your mind. Gravity is external to a planet. Energy is activeness of a particle. Force is act of energy transfer. The reason I am saying all these things, existing concept will not allow us to take new concept. Definitely we can discuss in the end. Stream of space. On every mass or particle, stream of space flows on it. That stream takes neighbor object along with it to keep them together. When flowing space comes in contact with the mass, some of them flow through and some of them bounce back. Black ones are flowing space and red ones are returning space. These particles must be smaller than protons. Yes, I am talking about the fifth element, ether. Since Einstein's experiment about light failed proving that element, it has been denied till today. Free fall. All free-falling objects will take same time to reach Earth when dropped from same height irrespective of their size and weight, in absence of atmospheric resistance. When object is carried along the stream of space, mass moment constantly increases, and obviously returning space from the Earth resists the displacement of that object and flowing space. Due to constant increase in momentum and resistance, the falling object is constantly accelerated. Space resistance is force per unit mass. Space resistance is directly proportional to weight of a mass. When two objects of different weight are dropped from same height, it will have proportional resistance and takes same time to reach the Earth. In this image, blue big circle shows a tiniest particle of subatomic structure. Black one shows the flowing space and the efforts on the particle. Red ones are returning space from the Earth. Size of a planet. When thinking about planets' orbit, why all the planets orbit sun like stars? Why not a star orbit around a planet? The reason is simple. A planet must be large enough to make a star orbit around it. Then why not we are witnessing that kind of possibilities in the universe? So, there is a limitation to a planet's size. When cloud of dust forms a solid mass in the space, its size determines its type: asteroid, planet, or star. If a planet becomes huge in size, gravity becomes intense, so pressure is high. High pressure forms very active atmosphere and heat is directly proportional to pressure. planet becomes star. Or pressure in the atmosphere of a star provides an opportunity to helium fusion. Smaller planets will not have molten core, and as it becomes large in size, eventually molten core engulf its surface. Gravity is fueling planets' molten core and stars. Received energy must be spent, so planets move, stars shine, and galaxies spin. Stress in the space becomes gravity on an object. So whether object spins or not, gravity is constant and it is directly proportional to its mass. Image shows flow of space on an object when the object is not spinning. This image shows when an object spinning. Spinning and dense space around the sun looks like a dent in a space, which can be related to funnel-shaped whirl in water. This could seem warping of space-time. Space closer to the sun will rotate faster and slows down as it moves away, due to its resistance. Space is dense and more active closer to the sun. Shape of a planet and irregular surface on it makes it to spin at different velocity. Smooth surface one will spin at low velocity. This image shows the mechanism of elliptical orbit and cause of boomerang effect. Boomerang spins same direction as it makes a loop to come back. Similarly, planets rotate itself anticlockwise and around the sun also. This ideal direction of most of the planets in a solar system is because of sun's anticlockwise rotation. This may be the source of galactical center is rotating at anticlockwise, so does the sun. This directional match is not necessary but helps a planet to come back at place where space is not fast and denser. When a planet is formed in solar system, enters a solar system, or affected by any object, makes a new orbit around the sun. The initial speed of a planet when approaching the sun and its mass decides its orbit. Small and fast objects can come closer to the sun, but bigger ones are stopped as it approaches due to the resistance of returning space. The moment at which a planet falls in an orbit is initial momentum. A planet only can come close to gain its initial momentum each time in an orbit, then it will swing around. Each time flowing space takes a planet close to the sun, the returning space resists the planet's approach. When it gains enough momentum to escape, it will go away. That is named escape momentum. As it loses the gained momentum, flowing space turns it back on orbit. The timing difference between initial momentum and escape momentum causes perihelion. If you have any questions, please let me know. I will try to answer them as I understood. Thanks for seeing my video. Please forward it if you know someone interested in this field. Is that all about gravity? No, it is just an intro. Still, there are a lot to be explained. Thank you.